Hello and welcome back to the shed, and welcome back to a cherished section that we like to call Thought for the Day. And today's thought is on the Sony FX9 and what it is and what it may become. What can I say about this camera? What is our thought for the day? Full frame, 6K sensor, okay, oversampled, lovely 4K in camera, with S-Cinetone, which is beautiful colour, I have to say, very, very nice. Big firmware upgrade in October, lots of promises. It's going to turn the viewfinder into a touchscreen, so I'm going to touch AF. This is very good, we like that very much. It's going to have a menu, so you can just touch into the menu, which is much easier than going in here, though that's not exactly hard. What else do we like about it? We like the audio. The audio is very good because you can have up to 8 channels, and you can have the Sony one with the handle if you want. You've got 2 ports over here. You can have the back with a slot in, though it's very long, so you're probably not going to do that. But what I also like about the audio is I can run channel 1 here and channel 3 there at the same time internally. So I'm kind of protected on my audio. So good audio. We like the audio. We like the color. That's good. We like the AF. It's, I have to say, the only AF that is at the same level as the Canon, possibly better, possibly worse, depending on what you're doing, but the same level. And we're going to get IAF in October, which actually means that I think you can sit here and say the thought for the day is that AF is now suitable for professional productions, which is not something you could say a while back. It's a new thing. It's good. So we like the AF. So we've got good colour, we've got good audio, we've got good AF. You can record to each card. RAW. It will do RAW. It'll do RAW in a strange way. 16-bit to a recorder that we don't know what it is yet, but it will do 12-bit via the big back thingy into a Shogun 7, which is good. Obviously no one's done that yet because we don't have that. People are complaining that the bit on the back's enormous. It's like a small barge, which it is. But then, is this a RAW camera? I don't know. The internal codecs are very good. 10-bit, you know, that's pretty good as well. So I don't think that's a deal breaker per se if you want a shoulder mounted camera like this. It's the same price as a C300 Mark III. A couple of £100 in it. One is Super 35. It's got internal RAW, but high data rates. But it's got 4K 120. So perhaps if you were broadcasty, sport and slow-mo, you'd that way. But if you wanted that wider field of view of full frame and narrative, drama, but also still broadcast, obviously, you go this way. I mean, it really is, there's no money in it. It's the same sort of thing. Why didn't we have all of this at launch? Because it takes time, and something's been happening that makes it more difficult, I'm sure, for companies to write code, test code, change things. It's got a really successful implementation of an electronic ND in there. That's very clever. It means you don't have to run a map box, and it's also variable so that you can just put it on automatic, and then you could put a manual piece of glass on there and you can run around and you can film, and you're not even having to fiddle with it. That's a big time saver. It's got dual base ISO and 800/4000. I think the biggest compliment that I can pay it is that I don't really think about noise anymore. And I know that might seem a bit odd, but it's just really, really good. Gone are the days where I'd be, you know, racking it up, the ISO or the gain, and you'd be going, oh Christ, look at that. It's got to the point now, with not just this camera, with many cameras, where its noise has ceased to be an issue. It really has, except, you know, down a coal mine. It really has. That's very useful. The mount is good. Because it's E-mount, I can adapt it. I can adapt it to all sorts of things. I can put a PL on there. I can get a speed booster on there. I can put all sorts of things on the front of this camera, which is adaptability. It allows me to have different looks, and that's great. Anamorphic, no anamorphic modes in here, but that's not really a problem, because if we think about this logically, it's a very tall sensor. It can do great anamorphic. You just need a viewfinder. Even a Shinobi, an Atomos Shinobi, or the Chameleon Pro will de-squeeze my view so I can frame it up correctly. So yes, it can do anamorphic, even though there's no mode in there. But out of the box, it's a very good camera. You don't need to buy any extra modules. It works. It's got time code. What else? If I've missed something, do let me know. Oh, 5K overscan. That's going to be interesting in October. So currently, we've got 6K full frame, 25, 30. We've got Super 35, but we're going to get a 5K 50 overscan. They've called it full frame, but of course it's not full frame. It's a little bit smaller. I think it's 18% smaller. So, but that's interesting. What is interesting is that the MK lenses, will they cover that 5K scan? Don't know. It's going to be quite exciting, isn't it, to try, just to see if they will, because that 5K could be a really nice sweet spot if you need 50 frames. You might just leave it there the whole time. I hope you've enjoyed Thought for the Day. Today's was Sony based, but tomorrow's could be Panasonic's or Canon based. Or indeed, if there's any other brands or products that you think deserve a Thought for the Day, do please get in touch and we'll do our best.